Former CIA official John Kirkako dropped a bombshell the other day. You know Mr. John Kirkako? He is a well known whistleblower of the CIA. Earlier, he was the counter terror operative of the CIA in Pakistan. He said that the nuclear weapons of Pakistan are in the control of the United States. To be specific, it is under the command of a US general. This is what specifically John Kirkako said. He posted a video in a social media handle. So that was how the world came to know about it. Indian media have also reported the revelation of John Kirkako. Now it has got very serious implications, this revelation. If you go deeper or if you interpret, then there is a question as to why Pakistan entrusted the United States with the responsibility of managing their nuclear weapons. It also leads to the doubt, or it also, confirms the doubt that it was the US that transferred nuclear technology to Pakistan with a vested interest. Vested interest here means most probably the US wanted to checkmate India. The US wanted to, restrain India. US wanted to threaten and control India. There could be many reasons. This is one outcome or one takeaway from the revelation. The second is, you and I may be thinking as to why Donald Trump is repeating that it was he who, pressurized India and Pakistan for a ceasefire. India has firmly, refuted the claim. India has debunked the statement of Donald Trump, but still Trump keeps on repeating it. When a person of Donald Trump's stature repeats it, there may be some reason. Okay, I think Pakistan, he might have advised Pakistan not to go forward, or he might have pressurized Pakistan to request for a ceasefire, though he might not have asked India. But when he made the revelation, he might have, struck a balance to sound politically correct. That could be the reason. But there may be some truth behind it. So it was because of the fact that the US has control over Pakistan's nuclear weapons armory. So that could be the reason. So the US, of course, wields considerable influence over Pakistan. That could be the reason. I think the new revelation will influence the war doctrine of India also. John Kirkako actually said India knows it, and perhaps that was the reason why India agreed to a ceasefire, because India is sure that with US in control of the nuclear weapons, Pakistan may not be able to use nuclear weapons against India. So perhaps that was why India also agreed for a ceasefire. There could be many reasons. But anyway, I think that from a certain perspective, it may be better for the US to control the nuclear weapons of Pakistan, because it is better if a sane person, even if he is wicked, to control or to be in possession of arms, rather than a mentally unhinged guy in possession of a gun. So I think from the part of India, that may be all right. Now let's get to the bottom of the whole issue. Let's analyze the various implications of this revelation. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. Let's start with the nuclear weapons. If Pakistan entrusts the protection or the management of their nuclear weapons to the United States, perhaps it means that the US had played a role in, creating a nuclear weapons armory for Pakistan. Perhaps the US might have transferred the technology to Pakistan to control India or to contain India. We have all read that AQ Khan, the father of Pakistan's nuclear program, got it smuggled from the West. We still now, all media reports, if you Google that, you would find that he got it from the Europe. Many even blame a non-nuclear country, that is the New Zealand, for that. I don't know how the blame was put on New Zealand, but anyway, now it is widely known that AQ Khan got it from somewhere, some country in the West. Now it has become more clear that perhaps it was the United States itself that transferred the technology to Pakistan. So this is one of the outcomes of the statement. At least the US might have known, with the overwhelming network of CIA. One should be a fool to believe that the US didn't know about efforts of Pakistan to steal or smuggle nuclear weapons technology. Why the US is so keen on disarming Iran, why the US is very particular to destroy the nuclear weapons program of Iran, why didn't the US show the same alacrity in controlling the nuclear weapons program of Pakistan? These are all questions which have no answers. The revelation of John Kirkuk reveals that the US might have known that very well. And the US might have turned a blind eye because they have their own interest in that. The West doesn't like India to become so influential and powerful. To achieve their goal, they will have to, always keep India engaged in a confrontation with a neighboring country. Pakistan suits their aim. So that might be the reason why the US and the West turned a blind eye towards the nuclear program of Pakistan, and they are actively aided. They got afraid only when they realized that there was a possibility that Pakistan might transfer the technology to Iran, or even some terror group like Al Qaeda or even Taliban might get the technology. So that is why they might have taken control of the nuclear weapon sites, nuclear weapons and everything. So this might be true also, because as I said, I cited the statement of Donald Trump. Then there is another news that came out during operation recently. That was on Operation Sindoor. During Operation Sindoor, Pakistan Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif was actually afraid that a barrage of BrahMos missiles sent by India might be carrying nuclear warheads. So when he had very little time to decide whether to retaliate or not, because I think newspaper reports said there was only 30 seconds. But anyway, reports said he decided not to counterattack with nuclear weapons. Again, it might not be Shahbaz Sharif, it might be the US, which knew that India had not sent a new missile with a nuclear warhead, and that may be the reason. So now you got the enough evidences to prove the statement of former CIA official. Did he make the statement on his own? Because he has a legacy of making such revelations. In the past, it was John Kirkuk who disclosed the details of the inhuman torture of CIA on those who were arrested by them. So I think there could be a logic in doubting that he might have made this revelation on his own. But maybe Donald Trump also might have influenced this guy to make a revelation, because perhaps it helps many people to avoid a nuclear war. With after Prime Minister Narendra Modi assumed power in India, India has started to respond in kind to the terror attacks from Pakistan. Now, again, India has made it very clear that if a major terror attack happens in India again, then India won't hesitate to directly attack the military installations of Pakistan. And perhaps India might be tempted to use even nuclear weapons also. So, I think by the revelation of John Kirkuk, Donald Trump might have preempted such moves. So he wanted to make India known, to make it clear to India that Pakistan is not controlling their nuclear weapons, it is the United States. So perhaps India might be reluctant to even destroy the nuclear, weapons armory or the bunkers where nuclear weapons are kept, or even India might think twice before attacking the nuclear, installations of Pakistan. So there may be many reasons or logic. There is logic to think that the statement of John Kirkuk this time was not on his own volition, but under the directive or command or influence of the US administration. Anyway, as I said earlier, it is better to know that the US is controlling the nuclear weapons of Pakistan. As I said, though the US is a wicked state, they are not a thoughtless state. They are a knowledgeable group of people who know the impact of a nuclear explosion. They know the full consequences of Pakistan's use of nuclear weapons against India, how India is going to respond. They can calculate. They have realized that unless it was made clear that nuclear weapons of Pakistan are not controlled by Pakistan and they are controlled by US, there is a chance of a nuclear war between India and Pakistan. So Donald Trump might have wanted to preclude that. That could be the reason, avoid that. Anyway, I think this new revelation is going to influence the future war doctrine or war strategies of India. And in a way, it is a comforting revelation. So let's wait for the updates. Meet you with more details in the next video. Till then, goodbye.